The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Slinky Malinky was cosy and snug, curled in a ball on the raggedy rug.
The Spin-off presents Linley Dodd, writing the pictures, painting the words. An intimate portrait of one of Aotearoa's most celebrated children's authors. Watch the documentary today at thespinoff.co.nz/videos. Made with the support of New Zealand On Air.
I'm seeing the pictures before I even start the words.
How far ahead are you two?
None. I'm beat by it.
We're going to need to have like a... Oh my God, because it's so...
I can't believe you watched 9 episodes.
Oh my God.
I'd do it again too.
Let's do the podcast.
This is the podcast.
Kia ora, welcome to the Real Pod. Oh, we've fucked it up again.
We've flushed the gloves down the low, and now we're all dealing with the leakage freakage.
I'm really sorry for starting the podcast with an expletive. Sorry if you're listening with a kernel in the car or something. I apologise, but we truly have fucked it up. My name's Jane Yang, joined by Alex Casey and Duncan Grieve. Duncan looking smug.
Not smug, like confused, proud.
Maybe indignant
Proud.
is what I mean. Rather than smug.
Yeah, I'm proud of my volume.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What I've got through.
Okay,
Given my reputation particularly.
let's have some context. So we have been recapping Below Deck Down Under, which we chose to do because we're very excited that we had, well, for a start, it was Down Under. We had Aisha Scott, who is a New Zealander. She was Chief Stew, and we love her. And we all got addicted to Below Deck in the lead up to this show. So we invited you all to come on board, and some of you did.
Honestly, like quite a high number under the circumstances.
Quite a high number under the circumstances, but still like a good 30% drop in listenership.
But bravo. No,
Bravo!
No, that's the thing. Like, how do you say their name when you're actually intending to give them a brickbat and not a bouquet? Like, they put it on at 9:30 on a Thursday. Like,
What should it be?
I think it should be 7:30 on a Monday. Like, this is prime time. You've got a New Zealander. It's like a hit franchise coming into our sphere of influence. And they disrespect it.
They spend all the money on our hats,
hats.
and mugs, which we are not wearing at the moment, which I think is symbolic of
really
the
is.
Disarray this crew has found themselves in.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think
one of us needs to be fired.
I think the fact that Bravo were wanting to work with us on publicity as perhaps one of their main sources of publicity for this show or this season probably indicates how much interest there might have been out there for it.
Well, that's just a reflection on the New Zealand entertainment media's
It is.
bad priorities.
It is, because it's a great show, but to be fair, I guess it's a bit niche compared to some of the other, main channel, big blockbustery type shows that we cover.
No.
To be
Anyway,
fair, not going to lie.
I got mug written on my forehead.
Got mugged.
Is
We've
that
all
new?
been mugged off
Yeah.
by each other in a big way.
We should have done that. Anyway.
Can we talk about what happened on Friday? Because this is where the
Love
attention
Island?
has come from. No. With this podcast. Because Jane has been sick as a dog.
It's a dog. It's a sick dog.
And this has come straight out the back of her collapsed ceiling
Still
gate.
in the middle of that, by the way. They couldn't come fix it because I was sick. So it's still
Is
there.
the sickness because of the draft?
No, the sickness is because of our immune system's all being on holiday for 2 years and now bugs going around everywhere. And
I just got my 4th vaccination in the last 9 months. I mean, it was a different one. It was a flu one, but my body is just pissed.
Yeah.
It's what are you doing?
yeah, I mean, don't let that put you off. You should definitely get your vaccinations. But I was just a big baby about it, essentially. I just felt very sorry for myself.
Yeah.
You said you were on your deathbed multiple times
Yeah.
Did.
over the course of the week.
We were getting
good
we
chance.
get a database of your texts,
I do feel like there's a chance that that when I die, it will be in that bed because I spend a lot of time there. So I'm probably not wrong.
I've got a photo of you in a bed where you look dead. Remember?
You do, from Christchurch.
in a hotel room.
Aw.
So there was a mutiny basically while Jane was off sick.
It's true.
It was. You were like the Jamie. Well, I was the instigator because I was just fed up. It was about 3 p.m. on a Friday. I was getting
You
caught
were
up.
Benny. You were Benny and the
I was
loo was
Benny.
leaking.
Yeah.
I was getting caught up and I was bored of the episode. And Duncan just happened to walk past and I took my headphones off and I said, I'm getting bored of this show. And that's when we had a conversation that maybe we should spike below deck.
Yeah, I just sort of went a bit rogue, and because I think I have to make a lot of decisions in my job, and sometimes I kind of rush into them. Everyone has to make a lot of decisions. Don't get excited about yourself, Duncan. But I basically just thought that and I knew that you were sick, and I was just like, the block's coming. The listenership's falling away. Let's just go back to what we know, give the people what they want. And I just thought that we'd made a decision.
Okay, here is the text exchange. Alex Casey to the group. Is it crazy to spike BDDU and go all in on the block? I'm literally falling asleep in this latest ep. Then I seen a photo that Wayne had put up in the corner of us sitting at a table that had been photoshopped on with Duncan falling asleep and said, you mean like Duncan and Wayne's latest post? If you want to go to the corner, the Real Pod Corner, facebook.com/groups/Real Pod Corner. That wasn't in the texts. Duncan says, damn, that's real good. So props, Wayne. And then he says, I'm into the binge and purge, TBH.
Yeah, binge and purge is the first we've heard of this.
Hey, but there was can I get a response to that? Because that's pretty obvious what that meant.
I didn't know that's what you meant.
I didn't know that's what you
I was
meant.
like,
What could it possibly have meant?
I didn't think it meant let's watch 9 episodes all weekend.
I thought you, I don't know, for a start it was delirious, as you'll soon see. But also I just thought you were talking about binge, let's just do the block. Let's just go all in on the block. I know
binge it and then you
Yeah,
I thought the
purge it.
purging was we're
spiking
purging
it.
below deck to binge the block.
Yeah.
No, you can't binge
I
the
see
block. It comes out
now.
weekly.
I see it now that you explain it. Anyway, then Alex says there's a super tease at the end of Ep8 promising great things, but I just don't know. My response, I'm on my deathbed and care about nothing, so sure, let's do it.
See, so I feel
Okay,
the sweet smell of vindication is in here.
That was never articulated, so let's watch all of the episodes this weekend for Monday morning.
And then do a roundup, even though no one else is going to be able to watch them.
I thought we were going to do a sort of a high-level macro, when the show change.
I'm so sorry if you came here for a recap of Below Deck Down Under and you've spent the first 10 minutes listening to us having a production meeting and airing our grievances.
But you didn't even watch all of them. You didn't finish the series,
Well, I
did
got
you?
nearly done.
Oh my God.
It's like you didn't even do the full binge and purge.
But I would have had I not received word very late in the piece, a long way into my binge, that you two had done none of it.
All right,
You spent your
Jax.
weekend having a nice time.
All right, Jax.
I am
You're not
Jax,
even going to say
aren't I?
sorry, are you?
No.
It was a test, wasn't it?
Wow, Jax. What was he
Oh,
like?
Jax.
Oh,
Jax the
yeah.
lad.
I mean, when you've got Demi saying to you, oh, man, just tell her you said you don't think you'll probably not need a test again. Like when Demi's the one giving you advice to get back on track, that's a worry.
So it's a real worry.
Anyway, sorry, that was Love Island. Sorry if you haven't seen that yet. That's spoiler alert. Anyway, back to Below Deck Down Under.
Justice for Coco, can I just say?
Yeah.
She is the most mugged off of anyone on this season, and I really feel for her. And I
And
hate Andrew so much.
You can see the Coco thing coming though, right? Because the thing. You can see the
just
Coco.
amazing
he just-
language.
yeah.
After so much
He may or may not have licked
manicure stuff.
licked a
No,
beep. No, they all said sucked. He only admitted to lick.
The lick was like
Oh, yeah,
somehow
so
much
I sort of
worse.
licked.
So yeah, maybe like
licked it.
not gonna lie.
I feel like you are going to lie, bro. I feel like you're only lying.
But that conversation he had before he got together with Coco of like, who's up for it, basically. Do you remember that? When he first was like pissed off about Tash and was like, okay, I got to hook up with someone who's a goer, essentially. Like, it was just frightening.
Piece of shit.
Coco's lovely. Anyway, whoops.
Well,
Maybe we could do Love Island.
Our friends at Culture Vulture are doing Love Island recaps, so you should listen to those. Anyway, we will be going all in on the block, but we are also, Alex and I have put our feet down and decided we're going to continue with Below Deck Down Under as well.
So is that a failed mutiny or a successful anti-mutiny? Like, I don't know.
I think
what
it's a
happened.
sabotage because now Duncan's watched them and he's going to be he's not going to know his what's the phrase?
Ask from his elbow.
That's
Yeah,
one.
yeah. What I can say, without giving nothing away, is that it's a spectacular season. Like the back half comes home wildly strong. I had a wonderful, wonderful time over the weekend.
I think I was just lashing out at like the scuba diving. You know, I was like,
yeah.
what is
But
this
that
Clark
episode-
Gayford shit, you know?
Tell you what, though, actually, it was a pretty good ep. It was a pretty good ep in the end, I thought, this one. No? Oh.
No, not compared to what's to come.
Okay.
It's a blockbuster.
Okay. Let's firstly do some...
Oh, blockbuster. See?
Let's firstly some quick news. Baby has a name. Of course, baby Zarin got named between the time that we recorded and the podcast came out. There was always a very good chance of that.
Yeah, well, because it's like 2 weeks or something.
But baby Harrison Trevor Frenich is...
Trevor!
Erin and Zach's baby. Zarin for sure, obviously. They've moved house, by the way, and have got the Erin Simpson show couch. I don't know if you remember it. It's got Erin Simpson as written as the backrest, like kind of cut out just her name.
Salvador
So when you
Dali.
walk into their house, I believe it's in the entranceway, huge Erin Simpson couch.
I love that.
Lovely waiting area for the museum, I would have thought.
Are they still in Hobby Point or?
I think that they, look, without wanting to dox them, I think they're not in the point, but not too far from it. And to be fair, they've had splashed kind of like their sold sign and all that all over the internet, so it's probably not hard to figure out, but I'm not going to say specifically where. Yeah.
She's proud. I interviewed her about the Hobsonville ham. Do you remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
She's proud Hobsonville.
How would you forget the Hobsonville? I tell you what,
Many have.
the Hobsonville...
But not you.
The Hobsonville community Facebook page is one of the best. It's a really good one.
I think I'm still in there.
I'm
from
in there.
When cameraman left his wallet on the block. We love to laugh.
We do love to laugh. I also just found out that yesterday, and I'm very late on this, that Mittens, the Wellington cat, lives in Auckland now.
Stonefield. The reality graveyard.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. A lot of bachelorettes out there.
Yeah.
And Mittens.
And Mittens.
And now Mittens.
Wow.
Yeah.
The ultimate bachelor, you might say. Okay, anyway, episode 8 of Below Deck Down Under. It is a prom night. I need to start by apologising.
Could you do a show called The Catchula where it's like 16 lady cats and then mittens? I don't know what gender man. And they just sort of work it all out.
Hang out? Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes, you definitely could.
SPCA, I mean, the cats are in crisis. Cat ownership is plateauing in this country and there are like too many cats.
Really? Because like
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, you couldn't buy a cat.
There's too many
Does
cats
anyone
now.
want 2 cats, by the way?
Maybe.
Do you want my cats?
No.
Why are you getting rid of them? What's
Because
wrong
they're
with them?
fucking annoying.
Okay, no, thank you.
I remember I had the other cats, Ponyo and Sosuke, went to LA, gave them to my sister to look after, and then they loved it so much there no one wanted them to come home, including us, because they like bonded with that family. So I got 2 more kittens, and they are righteous little pests.
Is it just an age thing, or are they just...
No, they jump. Well, the other 2 never jumped up on the counter. These 2 are constantly on the bench. They are stealing food from other people's compost bins and bringing it into the house. They're getting muddy
So
footprints.
they're
absolutely
foragers
everywhere.
and you're mad at it.
I'm very mad at it. Plus, I've had lots of toileting issues with one of them,
Which one? Name and shame.
Mabel.
Mabel.
Turns out that I thought she had a urinary tract infection, but she's just anxious.
Yeah.
So now I've had to buy that expensive.
You've got Fallaway?
Yes.
Yeah. We should get sponsored by Fallaway.
Yeah,
We've
it's true. We've shipped
all
some.
bought it.
Yeah.
Anyway, prom night on the boat. I need to start by apologising. They were not tying the tender to the boat as they were moving last week, as I insisted they were, Duncan. You were correct.
Just
Another win.
another one. The team grieve.
The first meal of this episode was a lot of pasta.
So much pasta.
And he made it look like dolmio. Like it looked so rank.
And how they were just like splotching it out like gruel.
Yeah, like they're walking around going, who wants a bit of rigatoni? Who wants a bit of linguine? You
It
know,
had like a school dinners vibe. Like it was just joyless.
Has a chef hated food ever as much as our chefy?
but he also only does one thing at a time, like all crab, like a meal of
All
only
lobster.
crab, a meal of only pasta, a meal of only scrambled eggs. But also, Ryan's not a fan of gluten-free. He's not a fan of preferences at all.
No.
No, he's not really a fan of anyone's opinion but his own. And he's always like killed it after he's made something. And that is the final judgment. And he will truck no quibbling. And doesn't matter if it's the
I'm
guest.
sorry, he will truck no quibbling.
Yeah, look, that's a phrase, not a commonly used one or a particularly useful one. I was hoping I could just like slide on through.
Sorry.
Take that out.
No, leave it in.
I'm kidding. Anyway, like he's just phenomenal volume of confidence to competence. Like that ratio is just out of whack.
If they should make tote bags that are like carry yourself with the confidence of Chefy Ryan
Yeah.
and sell them at Typo.
I also think that he doesn't really love cooking or
No.
No.
food or being on a boat.
Doesn't like seseaning. That's
No,
for sure.
no.
Or if he does, he likes so much seasoning.
Yeah, he was really going at the $1,000 worth of meat at one point with the seasoning. But yes, the pasta, there was a
salt problem.
There's a salt problem, and is it?
And it seemed like a
offensive?
sauce problem as well.
But also, he tasted it, went, oh yeah, fuck that up, but that was it. Didn't feel
Was
bad
it?
about
Oh, it was
it.
a
All good.
risotto,
Yeah, the risotto. That's right.
right.
Did they? Is it rude, as one of the guests suggested, to salt something that someone else has cooked for you because it's like offending them that they haven't added enough seasoning?
I think in some cultures it is.
If you're paying $20,000, I don't know, is that how much they pay
I have
to be
no
there?
idea.
Do whatever you want. Put
Oh
whatever
yeah,
you want
no,
on
of
it.
course. But she was just referencing in my family, if you salt something, you're basically insulting the chef.
Insulting,
So to speak, because you're basically saying this is bland and I'm adding seasoning.
Some people, Joe peppers everything like insanely
Same.
postscript.
I
And
love a peppery
am like,
dish.
go for it.
But yeah, because that's not for everyone.
No.
I've only really just discovered hot sauce late in life. My
Late in life.
well, yeah, no, my food journey. Like you've known me for a long time, Duncan. I don't think I tried shellfish until I was over 30.
Still haven't.
You haven't tried shellfish?
No.
Are you serious?
No, don't want it.
Wow.
Let's take you out for oysters.
Absolutely not. Oh, I've had oysters.
I mean, very much that's shellfish.
No, but you know what I mean? Like I've done that for like a deer because people know that I don't eat shellfish.
So you've eaten shellfish?
Well, yeah, but like
You'd never order it.
I'd never order it. And like you know, I've been around a lot of shellfish. I just like saying the word shellfish as well. But I just wouldn't, and there's nothing, no part of me.
Group lunch at Swashies.
Yeah, I do that.
Shellfish platter.
I the only time I've eaten an oyster, I had a problem.
Oh yeah. Elaborate.
It was my 21st birthday, no less. And we were at that restaurant at the Langham where you get to eat all of the different things.
Eight.
We went to 8.
Love that.
And I went mad. And I ate everything, obviously.
How do you know it was the oyster then?
Because the oyster's the only thing I ate that I hadn't eaten before. And the reaction that I had was unusual, to be sure.
You're at a buffet, anything.
I basically had to yell at everyone to get out of the toilet. Because I blacked out on the toilet.
Whoa.
And then things started to happen.
You might be allergic.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
So
did you go puffy?
Swashies?
I didn't go puffy, but almost everything else happened.
Right, that's it. Oysters at Swashies for our next Real Pod lunch.
Yeah, I wanted to get a camera on this already.
Anyway, we were eating bland risotto. The staff also didn't enjoy the risotto, right? Like they showed a great montage of them all eating the leftovers, of which there were lots because the guests didn't like the food.
And he made so much.
And that was just a whole bunch of shots of people like tasting it and then like grabbing the salt and upending it all on there.
It looked like Jamie put barbecue sauce on.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out whether it's T sauce or B sauce.
I do think that he is a B sauce kind of a guy.
So much. On his cornflakes.
Did we know he was an athlete? Has he mentioned that he has? Is that the first time we knew he was a cop?
We knew he was
and
a cop.
firefighter at some point as well, maybe.
God, he's
But
lived a few
I don't
lives.
know, but an athlete also, because he talked about how his coach was a not very nice person, was really hard on him, and he just learnt to respect that, and that's what he was going to do with Jason. Likely story though. Does it change, Duncan? Does it change?
All I can say is that Jamie's arc is spectacular.
Really?
Yeah.
Because such a non-character.
I know, because for like the first half, he's just trying to disappear from the show by saying nothing. Man, does he make up for it.
Great. This is quite good to know that.
You
Like,
like
I loved
that?
it.
That's
The
encouraging.
Oracle. Is that an oracle?
Yeah.
If
well,
you've actually seen it?
And it's not an oracle if you've
You just know.
if it was a vision, sure, but if you've actually just sat down and watched 9 episodes.
Hey, recommend it. If you're up to nothing this weekend.
Do you know what I recommend? Being really clear when you're telling your co-workers
Binge.
about watching.
I wouldn't recommend
purge.
people watch things. How are they going to watch these things if not on Bravo? Legally in New Zealand,
Yeah.
Duncan.
It's been into the future.
What's your favourite website, Alex? Just out of interest.
123watchmovies.com. And when that doesn't
Just
work,
checking.
BK World Tube.
Just checking.
Bravo probably not going to work with us again, by the way.
We've got the hits.
We got
Yeah, we'll always have our cup.
Okay, anyway, can we just talk about
we
Culver?
got mugged.
We did
get mugged.
We did get mugged.
In a good way, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Culver doing exercises in his cabin. I just love the shots to him doing such a tiny space.
I know, it's like a prison workout.
Yeah.
I imagine.
We've seen him do push-ups. We've seen him do...
V-sits?
Is that what they're called?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. So when you pull your knees up at the same... Did you hear that? Sorry, that was my stomach.
No.
Very hungry.
Need to get your tummy mic'd up.
And crunches,
Guts
V-sits,
audio.
all sorts down there. Would you not think that deckhand work was tough enough without having to throw in extra exercise?
I feel it's tough enough for the average Joe, but if like Culver has got a real sculpted physique, he needs to throw in some extra.
He's great. I love him. Looks like in the promo, like he's got a bit of an arc coming up as well. Does he?
Yeah, but it's just a continuation of the current
Okay.
arc. Like whatever
Okay.
you feel like Culver, you'll just feel more.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, great. That's good to know. Winter is a great time to travel around New Zealand. If you're thinking about your next holiday, why not make it a road trip with GoSee? Visit us at goseetravel.com today to find the rental vehicle to fit your holiday and get ready to explore.
At Zed, we're all about moving with the times. And now it's time to be part of the climate change solution and move on from fossil fuels. As a company providing fuel to people all over the country, we also know we have a real opportunity to lead that change. We're committed to keeping Aotearoa moving by providing the right energy for everyone. We believe that innovation in fuel and how it's used can make a huge difference to our planet. Find out more at zed.co.nz.
Kia ora, Simon Pound from Business is Boring here, and I have a friend with me.
Kia ora. I'm Brianne West, founder and CEO of Atique, and I'm teaming up with Simon to host Going Global, a Business is Boring pop-up series on the Spin-Off Podcast Network.
There have been great moves in general New Zealand business, but our exporters are still looking a bit more traditional, a bit paler, a bit more male, and not really capturing all the creativity of the local scene.
So, why is this? What does it take to export? Why don't some people who are selling overseas think of themselves as exporters, and how can we change this? These are some of the questions we'll be answering throughout the series as we talk to 6 of our most successful and inspiring exporters.
Join us for Going Global. You'll find it in the Business is Boring feed wherever you get your podcasts.
The vomit. Can we? That is
Vomit in a spa.
I loved it.
Poor Benny.
Benny handled that remarkably well for Benny.
He's really had to deal with it from both ends, hasn't he?
Literally has.
Benny.
Do you think there's like some footage missing of Benny digging up like some ancient cursed chest or something that has like meant that he only deals with bodily fluids forever and
With a
never on
colander?
deck? Yeah, with a
There's a lot to unpack here. For a start, the guest who vomited was in the spa with another guest who said, if you're going to be sick, get out and go to the toilet. There's a toilet right there, right? And he's like, you can get out. And she's like, nah, not going to be sick. I'm fine. He's already kind of like shimmying away. And then moments after saying that, she tries to surreptitiously. She like puts her mouth right up to the water to have the vom. Hoping, and kind of like mushes it around with her hands to try and like dilute it and maybe no one will notice. Oh, it was so gross.
Wasn't it the primary as well?
Who was in the spa with her? She wasn't the primary.
No, but the who was in the spa?
Oh, I don't know.
Was that Nessa?
The Christmas man? Or am I getting ahead of myself?
Oh, I think you might.
No.
Santa?
I don't know if we've seen Christmas Man yet, but yeah, looking forward to Santa being the primary.
There is actually there is a good
man.
Santa cameo. Watch out for that.
It was disgusting.
It was so disgusting.
Yeah, but
And
also
then,
admired her attitude. Like she was not remotely fazed by having yacked.
Was she hammered?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the next morning she was like, ugh. But Benny got in there with just a kitchen colander.
Go and get the colander.
Because they were like, oh, this is fine, we'll just empty it out. And I'm like, oh yeah, have you ever emptied a spa before? No. Okay. I have.
What happened?
What happened when I emptied a spa is that we just had a spa when I was a kid and we just had to empty it every now and again to like clean it. But you can't get all the stuff off the bottom. So you have to get like, it doesn't drain completely away. There's always a bit at the bottom you have to like,
sort of
manually. Yeah.
Wet vac.
We didn't have a wet vac. It was
But
the
if you
80s.
did,
If we did, would have been in there, Alex, as you know. So yeah, he had no choice. The vom wasn't. It was floating. It was going to be the last remaining.
I thought it was resourceful of him.
It was, but also, do you want to use something that you use in the kitchen to clean up vom and then
Chefy doesn't care. He'll probably reuse the
Chefy.
chunks.
Chevy like would be
Seasoning.
into that. Like, oh yeah, I'll show those guests. Yeah. How do you like your recycling?
So vile, I can't deal. Anyway, what else happened? I'm sorry, I'm stuck on the vom. That was like actually traumatizing for me.
Magda and Hans, whoever, are having problems.
Magic.
Eric. I don't know.
Oh, I quite like it as a name.
Text problems, and Aisha decided to talk about her own relationship, how secure she is with Scott, who she barely communicates with on charter, her homeboy in New Zealand. And Magda did not like that.
No, it's a bit braggy. It was
a little bit.
I'm sure that Aisha's intentions were not. I'm not sure what she was trying to achieve. I think she's just been like, you should try not worrying.
I mean,
much more freeing.
They're trying to do anything to stop her just being constantly on her telephone.
Yeah.
And yeah, that definitely came off as like, why don't you just be super secure and have a great relationship like mine? But I think the intention was, like just when you're on charter, just be on charter. Like it's you can't really be doing that plus relationship drama, especially in like severely poorly matched time zones like Poland and Australia.
You actually can do that. You can be on charter and have relationship drama, but it has to be with someone else in the crew.
Yeah.
Or a guest.
Or a guest, even better,
On the iPad,
Oh, the iPad. Glory days.
Oh, God, Bugsy, what were you doing? What were you doing revealing all on the iPad? Okay. Prom night, theme dinner. This was quite cute. I thought this was a fun theme.
Yeah, very
fun.
cute.
This is what I want to do this.
Yeah.
I would love to do a prom.
Should we have a
Real pod prom?
or just a
Real
spin-off
prom?
party at some point that's a prom?
I mean, I like all these ideas, especially as I didn't go to my own prom.
You went to my prom?
Yeah, that's true.
Did you go together?
Yeah, it was a university.
So it wasn't really a
disco, so
prom.
It wasn't really a prom.
But it was like that was the closest thing I've been.
All right. That was actually one of the good ones. I had some
That was
shockers.
good.
What about you? Did you go to school dance?
I went to the school dance. And much like my 21st birthday, I ate too much chicken in my 7th form one and had to sit down for the whole after ball.
Because
if I moved, I was going to do something much like the woman did in the spa.
Past.
Brittany has never been to a prom, much like Duncan. Never been to a prom, and she's super excited.
Which is, I mean, Brittany is a real cracking cool lady. I don't really understand anything about her lack of luck with the lads.
Also, it's quite different here, right? Like you don't have to have a date to go to prom in New Zealand, to go to your school ball. You go with your mates. Is it not like that in America?
It doesn't.
Has anyone lived there? Does anyone know?
Aren't you with the deputy mayor of
I
Los
was.
Angeles?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. But past prom time, so I didn't get that experience, I'm afraid. I liked that their crew got involved. I loved that Ryan got left out and threw a tanty. He also got left out of the scuba diving, which we won't bother talking about because, as Alex has said, boring.
I mean, the reef was looking in good shape, which made me feel good about. Mostly when you see the reef in
She's
popular
barren.
culture, she looks bad. And this reef, I was like, cool.
Maybe we've been lied to by...
Big reefy.
Well, no, I think Big Reefy wants us to think it's good, but maybe there's
It's just nice when you can see fish and they're not wrapped in plastic bags and stuff.
Question though.
Are they mutant?
Did they CGI out the plastic bags and the Q-tips and everything?
But I also felt like, do you feel like they reuse shots a lot? Like sometimes, is that fishy just going ooh, ooh, it's the same fishy every time? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, did they show the big grey one?
There's definitely some interior shots.
That's
the big grey one with a knobbly face.
Yeah, see, I didn't watch the scuba diving, so if they showed that one, then I've either seen it in a preview
I think
or
I've seen that one over and over.
I think it's like how on Survivor and they always have a scorpion.
Yeah.
But you never see a scorpion in the shot with a person.
If only someone had watched all the episodes and could tell us if the fish keep reappearing.
I think they do.
Okay.
But it's more of a vibe.
Oh, dear.
I also want to know if there is the possibility of a spin-off show, not the spin-off TV, done that.
Yeah, bring it back. Why not?
But a spin-off of
maybe one.
A spin-off of the Below Deck franchise called The Provisioners.
Yeah.
Because at one point when they got their ball dresses and Aisha was just like, I got them from The Provisioners. I was like, that is a show.
And honestly, they don't want to give too much away. They provision some shit later on this season.
Wow.
Can't wait to see. There's also some full boob gropage coming up.
Yes.
What?
It was in the teaser. It was on the super tease at the end of the ep. Full top off. I mean, with all that's been going on Love Island, and then now this.
Hey,
boobs are back, baby.
It's boob season. But yeah, it's that was quite confronting because they are colleagues in related departments, and it seemed like it was.
Whoa.
The Oracle.
In related departments.
Well, they're in different departments.
Right. Okay.
But still, you were like, man, the high seas, eh?
The high seas. Benny got Spew Lady for a date to the prom too. It's just a nice touch.
She must be really stoked that now she's known as Spew Lady.
And when Culver gets beat up with his date, he just literally sweeps her off her feet, just picks her up.
Oh,
can you do that? Can you manhandle a guest?
Culver. Culver? I'd love Culver to pick me up.
Do you remember when Hayden did that to me?
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
Context: Hayden from Married at First Sight, New Zealand. Oh God, that's so funny.
Really proposed to the two of us?
Yes.
He really had a thing for the real part, which I doubt lingers.
I don't think he does anymore.
Still got the ring though.
Still got the ring. Ryan has to take a photo of everyone, which he's not happy about. He's got a, he's got this is where he did the meat salting. He's got some meat to salt, and the cat's just standing and watching him salt the meat. And then he finally comes up and takes the photo. Just sulking all the time.
I know. Has anyone ever resented all of humanity to the same extent?
Oh, true. He just is everyone at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So he is a little bit relatable in that sense. Everything sucks
again.
Everything sucks all the time for Ryan, and that's also kind of the way the world is.
Is there Oracle? Is there another chef in the wings? What can you say?
No,
What can
don't
you say
tell
for
us
sure?
anything. We know someone goes. But they also showed someone arriving, and the person arriving did not look like they were going to be on the interior.
I'm just saying it's a cracking season.
Okay. Okay. Because Cap's not impressed with Ryan's presentation, is he?
No, he wants more Instagram stuff.
He wants more green, more salads and green bits and
Just any kind of effort. Like, it really is just really, like I think that I can make that food, and I am appalling chef.
You do like a little carrot rosette, you know? Something like that.
or the swirly, like where you dump a bit of sauce on the plate and then run a teaspoon through it, the back of a teaspoon through it, like they do in all the great restaurants. Yeah, he really loves bao buns. Yum, but he just chucked them on a plate.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And there was like uneven distribution of cucumber between them.
Oh, was there? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, there was like some that had like 5 and some that had 2. I'm like, come on, Ryan.
And they were all over the place. They had separate bowls with something in them, and then the bow with their fingers, and then something else.
Oh, yeah.
It was, yeah.
And he also said, I don't care what the captain thinks.
He doesn't care what the guests think. He doesn't care what the stews think. He doesn't care what the captain... Like, there is no critic but Ryan himself.
I think the opposite is true. I think he cares what everyone thinks, and his main defense mechanism is to act like he doesn't care. He wants people to say his stuff's great, but he's never getting that kind of reaction from anyone. And that is Psychology Today with Jane. What else happened?
Captain did the worm.
Captain did the worm. He really got amongst it.
Not once but twice, forwards and backwards.
Was it a good worm? Like, I don't know how to do the worm, but when I've seen it really done well... Like,
can you try and do it just now?
Nope.
I think that will answer your question.
Charlie on Love Island did everything badly, and he was a terrible stripper.
He was a terrible stripper.
But I thought he did the worm with like quite a lot of, sort of power and grace.
Have you heard that Old Daylight Side, one of the clients hung out with Charlie?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which client?
I don't know. One as always. This is good. This is good chat for the people.
Yeah.
The world is a small place, is what we're saying.
Well, I hung out with Jack. What's his name? Jack
Nicholson.
No.
Thompson.
Nicholas?
No.
The Ripper.
No. Jack Keating? Is it Jack? With his dad? I hung out with his dad.
Paul Keating.
True.
Was it Paul? Is his name Paul?
Paul Keating's the former Australian Prime Minister.
No. Jack Keating of Love Island, of Casa Amor. Ronan Keating's son.
Oh,
Did you not know that? Did you not pick that up?
No, I did pick it up. I had to rewind it 3 times. He was like,
Yeah.
Right here.
Did you hang out with the Sprog? No, you hung out with Ronan.
I hung out with Ronan.
Oh, you didn't come out and hang out with Sprog?
No, I didn't hang out with the Sprog, but I heard Ronan having arguments with the mother of the Sprogs.
Wow.
While they were still together at Prego.
Prego.
Wow.
Yeah.
The world is a small place.
It is a very small place.
It's Alex's oyster.
So have you guys hung out with anyone from Love Island or had any? No? Sort of 2 degrees of separation.
Island.
No.
And that makes me cooler, does it?
Yes.
Thank you.
I think I've got this feeling like we're going to hang out with Aisha at some point. It just feels like it's going to happen to me.
I don't know. She said she was going to promote the podcast on her stories.
I don't think if you bag her out on the podcast for not doing some free promo, she's going to come hang out with us. So choose your next words carefully, Jane.
Love you, Aisha. You're amazing.
That's right.
Can we talk about the disco ball that wasn't spinning? What's the point? There was a big old disco ball, obviously provisioned by the provisioners.
Was it just a photo?
No, it was there. It was just hanging. But the whole point of a disco ball is that you shine lights on it and it spins and it has an effect, not just to be static.
Was it doing boop?
No, it wasn't doing anything. It was just hung there for just to look nice.
You don't see a disco ball that often anymore.
Well, you do.
You don't.
But it's on a motorcycle helmet.
It's true.
Oh, true.
And who got it? Magda.
Magda for the gloves.
Well, and for popping a boob out.
Yes.
Was that all part of the
Was
same
that all
charter?
this charter?
Well, it was. It's been an epic chart.
Was that this charter?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Because he said something like I can't remember, not being able to keep it in or something.
Yeah.
Alluding to boob and glove. One last question before we go. What are heavings and monkey fists?
I wrote this down as well.
It was the most convincing moment for me that these people actually work on boats rather than they're just like people who've been brought in to be on a TV show. Because Jamie was having a conversation with Culver about like, what are you up to? What have you done? He's like, I've got my other heaving. Oh no, I've got my left heaving there. And no, I got the front heaving. And then he was like, and I've just got some monkey fists. And they were just like talking another language. I was like, oh, this is actual boating stuff.
Monkey fist.
Either that or the like types of cocktails.
Is it a knot? Is it a knot?
Like a
real unruly knot?
Yeah, possibly. But you can't. That's proper.
Monkey Fist is a brand.
What?
Monkey Fist Marine.
Oh, that's proper. That's proper boaty shit.
I think it's this. I think it's this crazy knot. Duncan's got his arms up in victory.
Do you know? It's exactly the knot that I would imagine.
Huge pod.
It's the kind of knot that some people would have as a doorstop with a big nautical piece of rope and a nautical themed.
You'd get that at Kmart.
Batch or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely. All right. Well, we've all learned something today. We've all learned that Duncan watched 9 episodes of Below Deck Down Under over the weekend. We learned what a monkey fist is.
We learned about Alex's 21st.
Yeah. So, education. Thank you for listening. We've also learned we're going to be recapping The Block and Below Deck Down Under.
And The Masked Singer is starting in 2 weeks. We need to have a meeting.
And Love Island. We're still watching it all. We'll
just keep slipping in Love Island stuff.
Just wedging it in. All right. Sorry for mugging you off, guys, with all our many format changes and on-air production meetings. But that's why you're here. Is it?
This is another real fucked up close to a pod.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you did well. You're here.
I'm here.
I thought you were on your deathbed.
I am alive, bitches. That's what it says on my mug, and it's also what it says in my life. Yep. All right. A round of applause. To see out the show. Thank you, T.I. here.
Yeah.
Legend.
Can't see. His eyes are not smiling. He's got a mask on. His eyes are not smiling.
No.
And we will see you guys next week. Probs. Bye.
Bye.
From the Spin-Off Podcast Network, you've been listening to The Real Pod. It was hosted by me, Jane Yee, along with Alex Casey and most of the time Duncan Grieve. Te Aihe Butler made it all sound good and Rachel LaRue got us out to the world.
Just quickly, if you enjoyed this podcast and value what we do at The Spin-Off, please consider joining The Spin-Off members. All our mahi is made possible by our members, and we wouldn't be here today without their support. Tautoko mai and head to thespinoff.co.nz/members to sign up.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in partnership with KiwiBet.
Kia ora e te iwi, Te Aihe Butler here, podcast manager at The Spin-Off. If you enjoy listening to our podcasts, consider supporting our mahi by signing up to become a Spin-Off member at thespinoff.co.nz/donate. The Spin-Off Podcast Network.